That's there with the best odds to go ahead and win. Was that the East? I think it was, not overall, but still, because they have definitely fallen in the standings there. I mean, they lost by 20 to the Nuggets yesterday. They've dropped 8 in a row. You get James Harden. His name is now being thrown around in the trade rumors. Steve Nash is saying, no, he's going to stay here. When it comes to the Nets, what on earth do you start to do to try to piece things back together for this team?
Well, it's going to be tough. I mean, when you look at this team, because this team, if they're playing team basketball and everything is clicking and their chemistry is rolling, I got this team coming out the Eastern Conference. But when you got Kyrie Irving in and out of the lineup, you got KD out with an injury, then you hear all this stuff about James Harden, about trade talks. You have to put a question mark above this team's name, just on the simple fact if you think this team can come out the East, because to win a championship, it is hard. And you have to be lucky, you have to be talented, and everybody has to be on the same page. But they got all the pieces. I mean, when you hear them talk about trades, if I'm Brooklyn, I'm really thinking about that Philadelphia 76ers trade. Because if you add a guy like Ben Simmons, now you got a guy on your team that doesn't have to score the ball. Now you have a guy that's going to come out and going to make all the right plays for this ball club. He's going to get Kyrie easy basket. He's going to get KD easy basket. He's one heck of a defender. When you look at this team, especially on the defense end, they're not as great as some of the best teams in the game, like the Milwaukee Bucks. So if I'm Brooklyn, I'm looking at that Philly trade, but if they're going to keep James Harden, they got to get everybody on the floor. They got to get everybody healthy, because they got to get this chemistry part of their team better.
Okay, so, I mean, when it comes to James Harden, then that's somebody, Steve Nash, president, whomever, you would seriously look at trading him. Would it be just to the 76ers, to someone else, or would you consider keeping him?
If I'm going to make a trade, it's only going to be to the Philadelphia 76ers, because he's the only guy out there that I think that fits their ball club. He's a guy that can play on and off the ball. You can play him at the point guard position. Kyrie's best position, to me, is at the 2-guard position, where he can create and he can score. So when you add a guy like Ben Simmons to your ball club, Ben can just be Ben. You don't need Ben to knock down jump shots. You don't need Ben to be a closer. You have them guys on your roster already. When you look at the Brooklyn Nets right now, they got 3 closers. So sometimes that could be, not great for your team, not knowing who you're going to go to at the end of the game. If you add him to your roster, he understands who he is. He's a guy that wants to get the ball up and down the court, get guys easy baskets, and he just wants to play. So I really think that you got to look into that, but I don't think there's another guy out there in the NBA that you want to make a trade for on this roster.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.